Hey vintage drum lovers, Jim Messina is my name. It's good to be back here with you because I want to show you another interesting vintage drum. Underneath this case I have a 1959 WFL Buddy Rich Super Classic. Alright, now if you've never seen one, it's in white marine pearl. Well, now it's in white marine pearl. But the reason I have this covered up is I want to show you some before pictures first. Let's take a look at those right now. Okay, so now you kind of see the condition that drum was in. Very yellowed, a lot of UV damage, and what we call in the vintage business cancer of the finish, cancer of the pearl, when you get those little brown spots, and there's a lot of rust. The snare lever was missing and just replaced with a rusty old screw. So let's take a look at how this success story came out. It's really pretty amazing. Here it is, a 1959 WFL Buddy Rich Super Classic. And I'll tell you, I'm really pleased with how this came out. Look at this white marine pearl now. I'll show you some better pictures too. But, and look, we've got an actual snare lever. I managed to put the proper lever in there. All right, that is a 1085, I believe, a P1085. Yeah, this strainer was called the Classic strainer, and on here you can read it reads WFL, whereas the newer ones will just say Ludwig Classic, and it's just known as the Classic strainer or a P87. That's right. Stamped inside in red ink is May 25th, 1959. Now there's some significance there because that has everything to do with this badge, which you'll see a close-up of later. This is known as the transition badge, and the transition badge denotes the time when the Ludwig family bought back the business, their family name, the business from the Kahn Company, to which they had sold the company originally in 1929, when it was still Ludwig and Ludwig, right before the Depression hit. They had to sell out to Kahn. They got out of the business, and right around this time is when they bought back the company and were able to call it the Ludwig Company. So they were just in between being WFL, which stands for William F. Ludwig, and back to being the Ludwig Company of the late 50s and 60s that we know of. So I'll show you a close-up of this badge later on, but that's what that's all about. The white marine pearl, or excuse me, the yellowed white marine pearl came out beautifully. I used a rather aggressive technique that you've got to be very careful with, but it just worked like a charm on this. This is all nickel. Everything buffed up really nice. I had to use every technique that I know of to get that looking good. All the bow tie lugs here, the tuxedo lugs we call them sometimes, came out very nice. So here, this is really a great example of a WFL Classic, Buddy Rich Classic, Super Classic. It even sounds good too. It tuned up really nice. So friends, every now and then I get a real good result from these restorations, and this is one of them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Jim Messina, I'll see you again for the next vintage drum video. Take care.